Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women. That is good. That is good.
Welcome to Wahoo Warrior. This will be a 1500 point battle report between my new dwarves that I'm working on and my 17-year-old son, his Warriors of Chaos. He hasn't played since maybe one match in the 8th edition, but he hasn't really played much since 7th, since he was about 12 or 13. We used to go to the game store quite a bit, so I'm glad to see him kind of taking interest in the hobby again and wanting to get back into it. So this is kind of a tutorial game. Also, it's good for me to practice with my new dwarves, the new book. They're pretty much the same, but there's a few tweaks. I've changed my paint scheme to my dwarves. I used to have them all kind of a maroon color, and so now I'm going to be going with a kind of a white and blue. It's hard to take good pictures, but I haven't done the basing yet, but I'm getting some of my warriors painted up. But we'll go ahead and get to the battle report. My son's deployment here, from left to right. He's got 12 Warriors of Chaos corn, another 12 corn, and then kind of a big block of Nurgle with halberd and shield. Now after deployment, he kind of regretted kind of stacking up like this, because as somebody who's new to 8th edition, the woods used to be something you avoided like the plague in 7th edition, marching through them. I kind of reminded him that it's different. You can march through the woods now, but back in 7th, you get into woods, and that's where you were pretty much at the rest of the game. So, but he's just kind of trying to avoid these terrain pieces, so that's why he deployed like that. He's got a level 2 wizard with a familiar, so he's got 3 spells and +3 to casting. He lures shadows. And then a full command for his Nurgle. He's still getting those painted up. It's looking good there with the Nurgle ones, but he's got some basically of his older, just silver, non-marked ones filling out the back ranks. So he's getting those guys worked on. Got 2 units of dogs that are vanguarded up here. This is after Vanguard. Just kind of moving them forward in the middle to get a little closer. Then over on the right hand side, he's got a chariot, the upgraded one with the high toughness, and the eagle is filling in for a chimera. So his spells that he got was Lord Shadow, the Enfeebling Foe, Pendulum, and Pit of Shades. Pendulum, he's hoping to maybe knock out War Machine. Enfeebling Foe is kind of wicked, lower the strength, and then Pit of Shades, everyone knows what that does. My deployment from left to right, I've got a cannon. It's the rune of forging and the rune of burning, which is one of the reasons why his chimera is on the other side of that structure, trying to stay away from that flaming cannonball that negates regen saves. And at this low point, he doesn't have a demon prince, which would be great, you know, with the 2-up. So I've got vanguarded up there. That hippogriff is actually a gyrocopter. I don't have that model yet. And I got a unit of 25 warriors, longbeards, and the longbeards have the banner that gives them stubborn. And then I have a unit of hammers with 2 characters in there. And the hammers have 2 things. I didn't take a runesmith. And then I have a cannon, or actually an organ gun with the rune of accuracy, and 10 thunderers on the top of the hill. So there's my deployment. It's kind of sitting in the corner. I'm going to make him come to me. And yeah, my character's 2 things. One's got the rune of might and the rune of burning on his weapon, and the other, the general, has +1 wound and +1 toughness and ham up and shield. So 1 defensive and 1 offensive. And one's a BSB. And there's just another picture of my dwarf warriors in the front there. The color scheme, work on that. They have a banner and stuff that I don't have that painted up yet, so still working on it, making some progress. I'm liking the way they look. My other army was very kind of dark. It looked nice, but it was kind of dark. These guys are nice and bright. Got the shading on the cloaks, and they look better in person than in the pictures, I think. And once the basing's done, I think they'll really look sharp. So, looking forward to getting my new hammer models and stuff put together. They look really nice, the new upgrades. So, my turn 1 after Vanguard. I win first turn. I fly the gyrocopter up behind his corn guys. Since I march, I can't shoot, but I do drop a bomb, and I do kill 1 guy with a bomb. So, there's something. In the middle, I'm 30 inches away with my organ gun, which is nice, and I roll a few hits, but I only end up doing 2 wounds. So, start the process of whittling down guys. And on the far right side, the chariot is no longer alive. Nice cannon shot. Actually, I rolled a misfire and re-rolled the rune of forging, and was able to put the cannonball right on top of there and did 5 wounds, killed it. On his turn, he moves up. He casts Pit of Shades. I'm trying to take care of those thunders. The small one, it drifts off 4 inches and just lands just perfect for me, bad for him. Does not hit the organ gun or the guys, so that was bad luck. And he miscasts on that roll, and he only rolled 4 dice, miscasts, and so bad one, and he blows up about 8 of his own guys with the strength 10 template. The wizard is unscathed though and does not get sucked into the warp. The dogs move up quickly to kind of just move into the middle there and threaten the organ gun or maybe the rifles, or just get in the way. Good play here. He knows that the hammers are going to kill those guys, and on my turn I do charge them, but it puts my guys in the way of my organ gun, so it gives him hard cover for his units. So it's a good use of the dogs, force things to get in the way. And otherwise I just move up a little on the left to wheel around. There's the hammers getting into those dogs, so I'll make quick work of those. Even without the characters. Strength 6, I charged, so I'm strength 7. Oh, and I also rolled a 5 on the Ancestral Grudge, so I have hatred against everything, which is hugely powerful. As you will see later, when we get into close combat, that hatred is amazingly wicked. I got 33% chance of getting that on every game I play, and I got it this game, so it makes a big difference. So there's just a couple shots of the board with my gyrocopters flying, throwing down flame templates down those corn guys. Very annoying for him. And I'm rolling gangbusters with the 5s to wound. There's my gyro. And I'm hitting all of them, but I still need strength 3 and toughness 4. I need 5s to wound, and out of like the 12, I'm hitting it with like 6. So I'm rolling above average like every time I'm throwing down that. But in this particular instance, I don't. He makes some armor saves, or on this one I don't do a whole lot, but I do pour it on later in the game with that gyro. And then those dogs are evaporated, and I just hold my ground there. I don't overrun or anything. I don't want to be any closer to those warriors than I have to be. So the warrior's a cast turn. He throws out some more magic, and he tries to drop the large pit on the hammers, which, man, that would be brutal. I have got no magic defense, and he irresistibly forced the large one. It drifts off and lands on top of the organ gun and drops into a hole. Kills the organ gun, and he moves up. Then there's just a skipped up picture of he's coming around this building, and I'm just spraying with gunfire from my gyrocopter. His irresistible force on that last spell, it did not kill him, but he stayed alive. So there's his chimera trying to get into the fight. I can't see the spot of the ground there, so he's pretty safe from a cannonball. That's why I chose to go that way. And there's after my shooting, I kill off even more of those warriors in the back row. They're immune to psychology, so they don't care, but they're getting smaller. And that's the key for getting rid of these warriors, make them smaller. And then on his turn, he tries to make a charge with both units, and he didn't need too far, and he rolls pretty poorly, doesn't make either charge. And then his chimera comes into the side of the hammers. I had turned my thunders thinking he was going to come towards them, but that's actually pretty smart play. No stand and shoot, comes into the side, and then he really gets me with on this is a picture of his he sends the Penundrum Pendulum thing through these guys, kills 5. Then he throws Enfeebling Foe on my hammers, which is really nice because makes him strength 4 now against his toughness 5. What it really does is screws my character, who's normally strength 4, and he gets to double his strength against toughness 5 or higher targets. So he would normally be like on an 8, but since he's got the Enfeebling Foe down, it makes my strength down to 2. which is then doubled to the original 4. So I'm trying to slip a flame attack through there so the other hammers can wail on this thing. And this turn I don't do anything to it, don't put any wounds on it. But I'm stubborn. He kills a few and then thunder stomps a few more. So he's got me down a little bit. But I don't break. Leadership 10, rerollable, not really much danger of going anywhere. But now if I don't get rid of this thing on my turn, then I'm really going to be screwed with a side charge there. And but the good news is, the bad news about that spell for him is that it is a remains in play, so I can take care of it. And here's a picture of my cannonball. I sniper his wizard out of there. He's the biggest threat, and he fails his lookout sir. He rolls a 1, and the cannonball nerfs out of existence the wizard. There's my gyrocopter. Now I'm trying to pick on this other unit that I know is going to charge my great weapons, so I'm trying to put a few more wounds on them. And there's after I killed that chimera, he does a few more wounds. This turn I'm able to put a flame attack on it and then hammer him to death with all the other guys. He's still, since always strikes last, he's able to get a thunder stomp in, but so I'm down to a few. So it looks like a pretty even match between the halberds and the hammers, but those hammers are wickedly bad. So on this round he makes the charge with the corn, but he does not make it again with his Nurgle guys. So and now he's got his other guys turned sideways. He was trying to get that helicopter off him. So he's coming in here with 7. And now this is where, come to find out, normally this would be a really bad proposition for the dwarves. I have him outnumbered, but he's throwing out 20 attacks. 20 attacks at strength 4, and actually 22 attacks, and I've got 11 going back at him. But with hatred, out of those 11, I think 10 land. So you know, it really makes a huge difference. And otherwise, he would have probably won combat and still been there, because he did a number to me. He ends up knocking me down to 11 guys, and I killed every one of his guys with my strikes back. So, but no, he doesn't have any armor save against that high strength. So there's that. And then on my turn, I just it's just another picture of the same thing. So I go ahead and I actually do charge his Nurgle guys. I was going to just wait for it, and it won't do me any good though. I get +1 strength when I charge, so I figure what the heck. And I move my other dwarves up there to kind of threaten the corn. It's a pretty even match here. He's got about 10-13 attacks at strike before me, but then all my attacks back have hatred, so I get to re-roll the wounds. Correction, re-roll the 2 hits. So I'm pretty happy and comfortable with that. Gyrocopter again, just working away on those guys. And after combat, yeah, the hatred is just amazing. He does all his wounds to me. I have about 12 attacks back, and I hit with almost all 12 thanks to that, and I'm strength like 7 this round. So yeah, killing them. Last ditch attempt, the corn come charging in, trying to just finish that unit off, see what he can do. But again, I got hatred again, so anybody who doesn't kill is killing a guy. And he has he does quite a bit, but not quite enough, and with no spells to buff him or debuff me, it's kind of a lost cause. So many against there, but it was a good battle. Yeah, all in all, you know, big win for the Dwarves, but it was kind of a learning experience for my son, and I'm glad to see him getting back into it. He's already working on a new list. He's putting together some Skull Crushers right now, so should have a few more matches, and look forward to playing some more. Thanks for watching.